Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is episode 10 of the SANE Show, the show about nothing and everything. We got the homie Devin,
Yeah.
musician in the house. What's going on, bro?
What's up, bro? I'm happy to be here with you. We go way back.
Way back. It's funny because we actually, about 2 episodes ago, we had Surf on here. So, he said some really dope stuff. He dropped some jewels for us. And, that being your brother, in fact, y'all being twin brothers, I definitely got some high expectations for this episode. And I know you're not going to bring anything less than
Right.
what he did. So I'm excited to have you join us. So today we're going to talk about singles or albums and, which is more important, leading a healthy lifestyle. Then we're going to ask Devin some questions so the listeners can kind of get to learn a little bit about him and his music and so forth. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. I mean, you being a musician, being in the industry, and you've been doing this for some time now. And like I said before the recording, I kind of talked about this in previous episodes as far as the way that the direction that the industry is going as far as singles versus albums. And it's a trend that, of course, that it seems that people are leaning more towards singles. At the same time, in previous episodes, one of the things that I also brought up is like, okay, the quality of music. So it's almost like a balancing act, because you got people that put out stuff left and right and it's not all that good, and then you got people that put out stuff that people aren't given a chance that actually is good. So I mean, what's your whole take on the whole thing as far as singles and albums?
With singles, both are important, but you want to put out a single simply because you want to give your audience an idea of, give them something that what to expect from your album.
Okay.
So you drop a single, audience likes it. That's pretty much giving them an idea of what your album gonna sound like.
Mm-hmm.
So both of them are very important. I think you just need people put out a single first, just to build up the album.
Right.
And then, of course, you hear people like Drake or someone like that. They'll have that one single that was a hit on the album.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they both important.
Would you go to say, because when you say putting out a single and what to expect from the album, it makes me think of mixtapes.
Yeah.
And when we, especially you think of an artist like Lil Wayne, you hear that No Ceilings, and then you like, oh man, okay, the next Carter album about to be some fire.
Yeah.
So would it be fair to say that the singles now are taking the place of mixtapes?
I wouldn't say that because mixtapes are free. It's
Okay.
like a free, and then with a mixtape, you don't put as much energy into a tape as you would a single, because the single you're actually selling it and people are buying it.
Okay.
With a mixtape, you can just put something together and just put it out there for free.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a trend. Like, I think people, they're not really educated on what a single is, what an album is, what a mixtape is. So people just drop singles and all this, and it's like, no, it's cool to drop a single, but you have to have something, a body of work following up right after that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some months ahead. I dropped Never Again as a single, and now I got an album coming. So it's like you can listen to Never Again, and then this is the sound that you're gonna get. Through the mixtape, you can put anybody and everybody on your mixtape, and it don't really got to be too mixed, too polished. So it's two different worlds. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So I guess I got a better understanding where you're coming from, because when I think about it too, it's like there's a lot of great artists out there that put out some really dope singles, and at the same time they're holding the album. So would you go to say it's like it's a timing thing as well?
It is timing, because sometimes your music might be a summer vibe. Some people have like this winter vibe. Like Drake has a very October, like a fall leading into winter type vibe, because he makes summer hits. Don't get me wrong, he does both, but most of his records are just relaxing, and I'm driving and it's cold outside and I'm
right
in the crib.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it is definitely a timing thing. You gotta, timing is everything. So that's why we dropping in January, because it's gonna be the top of the year. And then the sound complements the weather. I got some summer hits on that too, so hopefully it just go through this whole year's.
Right.
Yes.
And I guess because I work with some artists too, and one of the things I've seen is people drop singles, say earlier in the year, and they ride the single to like the spring or the summer, and then and then once it hits that peak point, they pop it. Right. And next thing you know, like they got more of a following. they on the radio doing all these shows. So, I'm glad you explained that to me, because for a second I'm just like, why? What? I'm on a touring side, and so looking from the outside, looking in to the recording side, I'm like, why are we doing this? Like, what's the logic behind it? So, appreciate you explaining that, because now I have a better understanding as to what the logic behind singles are. So, especially when we talk about the digital age, we're downloading music. I guess it can go, would you say it can go both ways as far as the impact that it has, depending upon the artist? Say, like, you drop an album, right? You have some, two dope singles, but you drop a 25 track album and only people are buying the two singles off that 25 track album.
Yeah.
So would you go to say, like, it can help?
It can go both ways. You know what I'm saying? But we don't, as artists, we don't want that to be the case where your album trash, right, and then they just downloading your singles. That's wrong. You might as well, and that's why you see some artists, they never drop albums. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're dope. Even in the industry, they got hit singles, but no one cares for the album. Not trying to offend nobody, but I don't think I ever heard Fetty Wap drop an album. Yeah. Because he makes singles, and that's what he's great at. Everybody's not fit to drop an album. Right. You know what I'm saying? They're just not album artists. Just drop this single, this going to be the hit of the summer, boom, next year I'll do it again. Right. So, you got people that just, they're not album artists. Right. I can agree with that. And I think one artist, and I don't know if you disagree or not, NBA or Young Boy Never Broke Again, Young Boy NBA Young Boy, whatever they call him. I feel like he has some potential, but it's like every time I listen to his body of work, it's like there's only one or two singles I really rocks with on there, and everything else I'm just like, man. Everybody, every artist is different. He a street artist, he a hood star. Okay. So when he's dropping music, he's only relating to the streets. It's but so far he can go. He's a star, don't get me wrong, but it's but so far it can go. It can't go on Disney Channel or all this. You can't play that at a bar. Right. But that's why you don't have high expectations for stuff like that, because that's his lane, and that's what he happy in, and that's what he making money. Understood. So that's what you call a hood star. Okay. Understood. Well, again, appreciate you, making all that clear to me and helping me understand the logic. We're going to go ahead and get to the trending topic. Soulja Boy, I guess, created his own game system. From the pictures, it looks like the PSP, PlayStation Portable, except it was white. And, before I even looked at it, that's like he created his own game, and it's like, it was illegal. And I'm like, hold on, how's a video game illegal? And then when I saw it, I didn't have to read no more. It's like, bro, you look like you basically just stole somebody's idea and, try to pass it off as your own. Like, the thing about it is, I don't think it's illegal. Even creating a model that he created. Look at how, from the PSP, that was like the PlayStation Portable or whatever. That's modeling the Sega way back. And they all different companies. I think nothing that we do is too different. Nothing that we do is going to be totally different. I think it's just a way for him to get his bag up. I think it's genius to even, what artists, thinking about, when you hear artists, they come out with apps. Yeah. Like, download my app game. But I've never seen no artist come out with a portable game and call it Soulja Portable, whatever it's called. I never heard that. And I think it's just a way for him to get his bag. Again, we, a lot of people talk about Soulja Boy, but he's an inventor and a trendsetter. When he was the first one to start all those dances. From now, like, you see every dance out now, Soulja Boy started all that. Yeah. He started, I think he made Bear Share really big or something like that. It was one of those things. That's how he got on. He was sharing his music, making playlists on everybody else's stuff, and then putting it out. But again, Soulja Boy is a trendsetter. So I've never seen anyone else do that. I can agree with that, especially when we talk about the dances. And honestly, like we were in school. Yeah, in the prime of the like snap and roll. All that. Like Soulja Boy was doing that, and then you get to a point where we Millie rocking now. And he came out so young, it's hard to get back into him. But I wouldn't download a Soulja Boy album, but his hits, like if on a mixtape level, he's a mixtape god, and I mean that. Like Soulja Boy dropped so much heat. It'd be thousands of records, and I'm like, bro, that guy really puts in work, but then you got to look at it.
Yeah.
He's also a genius.
Yeah.
And he's also one of the richest rappers. And people don't know that.
Word.
Like, he has a huge bag.
Word.
He had his own little
Now, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's one of the richest rappers.
Did not
he
know
had
that.
one of those little rolling things. You know the things, it was trending. You get on the they like little roller blades, but they...
Oh, you talking about the shoes? Or
Not the shoes. The little thing you stand on with 2 feet and the move by itself.
I see it. I know exactly.
I don't know the name
because
of
people be busting their tail all the time
he
on
was
those
selling
things.
those.
Yeah.
So look at,
hoverboard thing. Yep.
So
okay.
I
didn't know that. Yeah.
He got his business right. We
Mm-hmm.
ain't even talking about music. That's what people get it wrong. It ain't about music or your talent. It's your business.
Yeah.
And he's a genius for coming up with that game. I think a lot of people talk trash about it because it's not PlayStation or Xbox. But they don't want nobody black coming out with no portable game system and then calling it Soldier Portable, whatever it is. I think it's dope.
Word.
I'm not gonna buy it though. But I think it's dope. I ain't gonna buy it.
If somebody asked you for it for Christmas, would you get it for them?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. So, that's our trending topic. That's, again, brought to you by West Trending. Go follow them on Twitter. They always have a lot of good stuff. It's never fails doing this 10 episodes in, and, I haven't been disappointed yet by what's trending. So we're going to go ahead and get to the second topic, leading a healthy lifestyle. Again, this is something I thought about, my girl being a nurse, and which is a plus, and she's always, looking out for me, and especially, me doing all the things that I do. Sometimes it can be stressful, so, it's like, it's important to eat right, you feel me? And so it's like, I actually just recently cut out meat for a little bit, to try to get some things under control. But it's just like, it's like, dang. Like, at the same time, it's like quitting drinking or smoking cold turkey, because it's like, dang, man, I just cut out meat. It's hard when I go somewhere, like, smell some fried chicken, smell a burger or something. But, at the same time, it's like, I know I'm going down the right path, trying to do it now rather than later. So, I guess, like, I think about you being an artist, where, I guess.
Yeah, we all, like, I've been out of control before with food, and I'm at a point now where I'm slow with eating meat as well. I'll eat it because I go to the gym a lot, and me just getting this production deal and all this crazy deals going on right now. It's very important to make sure you're living a life of good health.
Yeah.
You staying in the gym and things like that, because you don't want to get on stage and your stomach and all that.
Right.
There's an image that they want for you.
Okay.
They won't say it, but there's an image they want for you. And like I said, they're not going to tell you, but if you don't have that image, you're not going to excel or pop the way you need to. So I go to the gym a lot. I'll eat meat. I ain't going to lie. Sometimes I eat fried stuff. But the thing about it is, if you do eat something like that, you got to go to the gym.
Yeah.
I did cut out juice. I don't drink no juice. I don't eat no sweets. No, I eat rice here and there. Like, I don't eat things like that because it's a lot of starch. Sometimes we get that little pouch, that little belly down there.
Oh yeah.
Because of that sugar.
Yeah.
So I don't mess with sugar. It's rare if you see me eat candy or cake or something like that. Yeah. But with the liquids, I've been drinking water. It's probably been 3 months since I really tasted juice or something like that. And if I do have like a tea or something, it's got like cellulose in it. But it's very important because at the end of the day, it's health over wealth.
Right.
And because you can't be wealthy and you're dead. You
know
what I'm saying?
Right, exactly. It's so funny you say that, because it's like, so, like, something I've gotten into the habit of eating is like oatmeal. Like, I eat all my oatmeal plain now. Yeah. I think it was like a few weeks ago, I put some honey in it.
Yeah, that works. And try agave. Agave is a vegan type sugar, and it's 2 times stronger than sugar. Word. So if you put like a drop, maybe like a little drop, it'll make it.
But here's the thing with me. It was just that I got so used to eating it plain. When I put sugar in it, I was like, not sugar, but honey. I was like, so it's real sweet, man. Like, and it's the same thing. Like, I remember, like, I stopped drinking Hawaiian Punch, Kool-Aid, and I remember, like, after 5 years, and I was just like, I remember I was in college, and I couldn't, CAF was closed, had to go to the vending machine, got a Hawaiian Punch. Man, it's turned my stomach. Like, just knotted it up and everything. So, and I was just like, man, this stuff is sweet. So it's crazy, like, when you let that stuff go, and then when you, like, taste it or something, you be like,
Yeah,
like,
and you feel better too.
Oh yeah,
I mean, I was eating out of control at a point. And Surf was like, "Yo, bro, you need to chill out. This is what you're going into. You know, when you get these deals and stuff, it's like, bro, this is what you're going to. Your face getting fatter, and this, and this, bro, and this, bro." So I was like, you know what? And we had this long talk that one night, and I just started going hard. I do a lot of hit training on the treadmill.
Okay.
You know? Instead of me running and jogging for 30, 40 minutes, maybe an hour, I can hit train for 15 to 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Boom, I done burnt 4 times the calories.
Word.
Than regular, you know, and you know what hit training is, high intensity workout. You know, you might run at your fastest speed for 30 seconds, rest for 60. Right. I do that and a lot of lifting. But yeah, it keep me down. I still got a lot of work to do, but hopefully I'll be able to take my shirt off next summer.
Be like what's her name? Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah, come on.
You know, he doing that MMA now. Like he all on the web. You know, just all ripped and whatnot. Right.
You get out there like, I ain't trying to get that big though, but
exactly.
I do want to look where, you know, a couple abs and pop through real quick.
Right.
You know?
Right. So it's funny you say that, but that they care about your image, because when you say that, it makes me think of like an athlete. You know, like somebody in the NFL. You know, like they was like what Kelvin Benjamin. They was giving him a lot of hell because, you know, it's like, yo man, you a wide receiver and you like 250, 300 pounds, like.
Yeah.
We need you out here running routes and doing this at the third, but you look like an offensive lineman. What we supposed to do with you, man? Like, you know what I mean? So that kind of stuff. So I can understand that when you say that that's the kind of expectation that they have for you guys, you know, being artists or musicians. So
especially the music that I'm making now, like I'm doing a lot more singing and things like that. So I don't want to be this fat dude singing high notes like Weekend, and it's like not gonna work.
Right.
So you gotta be very, very careful.
Right. Yeah. Speaking of your music, you know, I wanted to ask you a few questions. So I have a good idea of this, and you know, my memory's a little vague, but if you could remind me and tell the listeners, like how did you get into music?
It's a number of things. One, I was always around it. Especially like church, my grandma had us on the choir, things like that. I remember being in the back of the church where they serve food and stuff. It's like it was this huge piano back there, and there was a guy. He came up to me. He was like, "You know how to play a chord and this, and that." You know, I don't know because I was a kid. So he showed me. So that's how I got into like the piano thing and into making beats. And then I think I downloaded Fruity Loops. And I just played around with it. You know, I had a lot of doubters, and a lot of people tell me, "Oh, you don't need to do this. You do this. You suck." But everybody's trash when they first start. It's about working on your craft and understanding and building it. And then on top of that, I felt like I had a talent. I just had to awaken it, you know, and believe in myself. But I just felt it was always in me. My uncle, his name was Curtis Robinson, rest in peace. He was doing music. He was in the industry part of it. He didn't make it huge. And that was one of my fears, you know what I'm saying, not blowing. Yeah. So I have to. Simply because I'm living for him too, you know, living on his name. So I was always around it. I was always in art school. I went to Pastor Key School, then we went to Northwest, of course. So I was just into it. I didn't get serious until, you know, me and Brandon Williams. Yeah. Brandon is an amazing producer. When we got that deal opportunity when we graduated in Belton, South Carolina, I was like, yo, this is crazy. This is really happening, you know what I'm saying, from the Imaginon days and all that. And then just more opportunities kept coming, I think, because me staying consistent with it. And like I said, I was not dope. Like I am now. I'm a grammar writer. I know that for a fact. The stuff I got is unbelievable, but back then, I think that's what it is. And like I said, I was always in it. I was always involved. I just perfected my craft, still perfecting some stuff, and still learning every day. Yeah. But yeah, it's in my blood, man.
Yeah. And you know, when you say when you started, you know, or when we start, you know, we pretty much trash, which is true. You know, I have experience in sales. Yeah. You know, and I'm doing this now, helping with other people in their business. And, you know, when I think about all that stuff, and I always tell people, it's like, yeah, you know, a lot of these things where you have to put forth the work and the effort to really become one of the best. Like when you start out, it's going to be like that. And I always that's why I think like people who have played sports really understand that well, because it's just like sports. Like when you go out there, you go on the basketball court, you're not gonna have the best 3-pointer. But if you work hard, like you might be like Steph Curry and be, hitting just about every 3-pointer you make because you keep practicing and practicing, and then one day you go get there, you go be that guy that everybody look at. So
it's a lot of pain and it's a lot of ups and downs in it. Like, bro, I done went through so much from high school to now. Dealing with labels and dealing with people who treat you, they do you dirty. They don't really believe in you.
Mm-hmm.
You got people who laugh at you. It's just all this crazy stuff you won't believe. You know what I'm saying? I got some footage of a lot of stuff that I've been through. So you growing as a kid, my first deal was like 18, 17,
mm-hmm.
where I was on a label and no one heard my music. I was just doing food runs and cleaning up, taking out trash. I'm like, bro, in my mind, I'm trying to figure out why ain't nobody listen to my music at this, and it's about paying your dues. And then it's about getting the respect first. See, because the thing about music is the background to your movie. It ain't about no music. It's about what your story is to make me want to listen to. Why should I listen to your music? People should listen to my music simply because there's a lot of things that I'm going to put out with the documentaries, and it's going to make you respect my sound. It's going to make you respect what I've been through. But I put in so much work. Even engineering, I mixed and mastered so many people's records. You know what I'm saying? So I done cried in it and fought in this and all kinds of stuff to even build me into the artist that I am today. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm still learning, but there's a lot of things, bro, that I've been through. So
go ahead.
No, you got it.
I was going to ask you because on this journey, I remember you came out. It was Devo, and now it's Devin. Yeah. And to some people, it may be just a simple name change.
Yeah.
Me being, especially like big into marketing and branding, when someone changes their name, especially like we still, call you Devo, it's like you change your name. Hold on, bro. What's going on? Yeah. Like when companies drop the second half of their name or whatever. Yeah. So what happened?
Because like that was like the old me.
Okay.
And secondly, we know Devo is the band, the band Devo. So that was clashing with my name. Also, Devo was a part of when I was recording with the guy named Kino. It was Devo Found Love, and I was recording with him, and I left the label, and we went through our ups and downs, and I didn't want anyone to have that name and that type of control over me because I was with him 5 years, so that name was under his brand. And then simply because it didn't make sense. I mean, when you were a kid, Devo Family, the biggest problem I had was, what does that mean? What is this? I really didn't have this explanation for nobody. It's just what people call me. I just piece one name with the other. The crazy part about it is Google still has that up. So you do a Devo Family, you'll see me pop up a picture and they have all the, and I'm like, bro, I asked Google to change certain things. But Devin is the reinvented artist, the healthy artist. I'm making more hits than ever. I don't have a problem with explaining what Devin is. All I do is take the I out. That's my name for real. And I feel better. I'm in a new, even from relationships and people that I was around, I'm a total different person than Devo. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I made that transition. It's like a rebirth. It's like recreating yourself.
Yeah.
So I had to recreate myself, but I didn't want it to be too different to where it's like you don't recognize who I am. Like Devo, and then my name Christopher.
Yeah,
crazy. But nah.
Who was that? It was Mace when he left, and then I know he tried to come back, murder Mace. Oh, wait a minute, what? Like
you don't want it to be too different,
right? Exactly.
You want to keep everything simple. Like, not to be super spiritual, but the Bible says, "Write the vision and make it plain."
One of my favorites. Man.
So why would I go and try to be all extra? No, I'm going to write my vision. I'm going to make everything that I do is plain. I'm going to make it simple to you so you can understand it.
Right.
And this guy over here can understand it. So Devin is the greatest version of Devo.
And that's what I will say. I'll give that to you because when I saw it, I like it. And it wasn't anything too crazy.
Yeah.
Because I know some people that changed their name and, now it's kind of like, I don't get where you're going with this. Yeah. I understand you wanted to change and you wanted to try something new, but you kind of lost me here. And Because you see it all the time. You see people, they have their little moment of shine for a little bit, and then they try to change it. They go away, and then they try to come back with something different. It's like, well, nah, bro. But with you, it wasn't like that. Like, yeah, you went low key for a little bit, and
but I popped out, and as soon as I made that change, deals was coming, and this sound changed, and I was made to make certain investments and do like crazy things. So now I'm in a crazy situation where what people dream about, right? You be like, what is going on? And I'll wake up and be like, whoa, and it surprised me every time I think about certain situations that I have, that I'm in. Mm-hmm. It's gonna get even better, So like I said, I'm still growing, and I always stay humble about it. But that name change was definitely one of those things that I didn't want to, like, because I've always been involved with the community, like posting and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So I was like, if I do this, maybe they'll get the just. All he did was really take the O out and put the N right there, and that's really his name. Yeah. So it got to make sense. Mm-hmm. You don't want to make it hard on nobody who's managing you. Mm-hmm. You don't want to make it hard on people who are seeing you and they're trying to figure out. Yeah. And that's what they call handicap in the industry. When you got someone who nothing makes sense, and now the management is trying to piece this together just to make you a star. Like, you got the talent, but your name ain't together. Yeah. And then you got the talent, but your album titles ain't together, and why you're doing what you're doing. Management not supposed to do all that. They're supposed to just facilitate. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's what you got? All right, cool. What's your name? Cool, I got you. So I'm just trying to write the vision and make it plain, and anybody that vouched for me, you can simply just explain it that way. That's his name. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now I listened to your latest single a few times. It was for you. For me, listening to you and what I was used to, it was different. So going into the album, what can we expect?
Ooh, the album, it has that vibe. That one was a little chill, a little bit slower. Mm-hmm. But like I said, I got summer hits. I got crazy. I got bangers on there too.
So we can turn up to it.
Yeah. Okay. You definitely can.
I'm looking forward to that.
Never Again was me. In my past relationship, not with the girl I'm with, but the one I was with in high school, to start with a K. Yeah. Wow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was with her for a minute, but the crazy part, and I'm glad I'm on here because I get to talk about my album coming out. It's called Panorama. Okay. The reason why I'm calling it Panorama because Panorama is basically an unbroken view of something, right? Mm-hmm. A 360 view, unbroken view of something. Mm-hmm. And that's just metaphoric for, It's like you're seeing that you're getting this whole panoramic view of my life. I'm not sugarcoating nothing with you. Mm-hmm. This raw, uncut, transparent. Mm-hmm. So in my relationship, I was with someone who knew I had it, but she didn't appreciate it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Everything was scary to her. With success, like I would go here to New York, I would go here, I would do all this stuff. But Ross had called us in the studio one time. Mm-hmm. So some situation like that. One of my guys had some stuff going on with Ross. And, you share this information, but they don't know how to reciprocate the love or support you. Mm-hmm. And I felt like I was a good guy, but, at the end of the day, that was this guy telling me, like, yo. And so she did some foul stuff. I ain't going to throw all of him to the bus. When I say she did some Maury, she did some wild stuff. And so Never Again was like, yo, at the end of the day, I never go back to that. At the end of the day, that's what I was saying in the song. It's my fault. I'm going to blame it on myself because I knew what kind of person you was. I was trying to change you. I thought because we were in high school, when I was on a label with Kino, I didn't have a girlfriend, bro, for like 4 years. That shit was driving me crazy. Mm-hmm. And I didn't have that because this is his words, it'll hold you back or this and that and the third. Mm-hmm. It was driving me crazy as a man, you know what I'm saying? You want something. So I was like, all the women that was around me, they were just wanting to be with me because of the studio and my name and this was going on. So I was like, yo, let me find somebody who's going to love me for me. Devin, the real Devin Mitchell. So I went back to somebody who I thought changed because we're not kids no more. And it simply wasn't that, you know what I'm saying? And it just, I wasn't around my family like that. At that point in time, I lost my studio stuff, and bro, I didn't have no computer. I wasn't recording. That's why when you see, you disappeared or you didn't, bro, I was going through a point where I left the label because they were doing me dirty. I had somebody else doing me dirty. I was in a relationship with, so I lost everything. And sometimes the thing you got to learn is this: sometimes you gotta lose to win, bro.
Oh yeah.
So I had to take a big L. I had to let Devo die just to come out with them and be like, yo, boom, I ain't mess with that, I ain't mess with that. I found this beautiful girl that I'm with now. Support everything, talented. I like, and so when you hear Never Again, that's what that was about.
That's
just
dope.
Me going through all that crazy stuff. I didn't say her name in it, but that's what this album was about, me being transparent. And I got a lot of reggae vibes on it because I know a bunch of people in the city not doing that reggae vibe. They ain't doing it like me. I promise you that. This right here is crazy. And I got some 80s vibes for the old school people. Like if you love the old school 80s records, I got some. I got the Travis Scott vibes. I got every vibe you want to touch.
Astro World.
I got every vibe you can think of.
So a couple things. I'm so happy for you to have experience everything that you experienced and to be able to bounce back. I can totally relate where you just kind of at this point where it's like, okay, boom, all right, that's where I want to go. This is what I need to do. Let me get back on my feet and continue moving forward. And then I'm just thinking about you being a Charlotte artist. Yeah. I just think it's so cool, especially like I think it was Surf's birthday last time. We were at that house over. I think it was in. Yeah. And just seeing all the people that were there, and like all the people that are doing something too, and like I'm like, yo, I honestly, I felt like that night I was at an industry party, like because
it was
it was like, yo, like all these people in there that's doing stuff, especially like Bills. Serve De Niro, I was like, dang man, like this is.
Yeah, you was. That's what we constantly around that,
Yeah.
Even with yourself, just surround yourself with people like you and people who like-minded. Because eventually you go even higher than you are now. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You better than this, bro. You might be the next 97. You never know. You may be the next big thing. That's when you hear DJ Khaled and all them talk. They were like, yo, we was in the crib doing the da-da-da-da-da. Yeah. Touch the set.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sway.
Yep.
Kanye gave Sway that opportunity to do his thing. Look at his show.
Mm-hmm.
So it's surround yourself with people you want to be like, and I surround myself around millionaires and people with money and people with goals. Mm-hmm. My management, my manager, his name Big Dope. Mm-hmm. He managed Little Brother and all them. I don't know if you ever heard of Big Pooh.
Yeah, Big Pooh.
Ninth Wonder.
I believe Big Pooh was just on
Breakfast Club.
Yep.
That's like
Big
my
Pooh.
management.
Okay.
All of them.
Okay.
Pooh doesn't necessarily manage me. He manages Luke. Luke is under Cole, J. Cole.
Okay.
My boy Luke, he from Bettisford too.
Okay.
So Pooh manages him. Doe manages me, but Doe manages everybody pretty much. Okay. So I'm happy that they even giving me the opportunity to do that. My Surf is the one that kind of got me the opportunity because Luke signed an Interscope. Mm-hmm. So the way it worked out was he reached out and said, yo, I got somebody who music is dope. Would you send it in? So, those are, okay, send it in, then we'll talk about distribution and we'll talk about working with them. So I sent some stuff in. But I didn't really say nothing at first. He was like, send me some more stuff. Yeah. So I sent more hits, more records. I think I sent this reggae joint called I Need That. And when I sent I Need That, he was like, yo, I want to sign him. Mm-hmm. So I was like, yo, what the? That's crazy. So I got a production deal. Mm-hmm. And I don't have too much information, and I don't want to say too much, but I think everything is under Interscope in a way. I know I signed an Interscope employment. Like they send you a little thing and you sign it or whatever. Yeah. But those are the opportunities that opened up to me.
So you are signed with Interscope.
Yeah, it's like a production deal.
Understood. Hey, that's still good.
To it. I'm new. Like I don't know what is what. Like I don't ask questions. I don't ask too many questions. Yeah. I just know
you got what you need. They're gonna help you get to where you need to go, and that's the most. Yeah, totally.
I can't say, I'm all the way within the scope.
Right. Yeah.
I know that I'm under somewhere. Mm-hmm. I'm definitely around in the Interscope.
Yeah.
I know they follow me and things like that, and people like Big Pooh and all them, but I can't say directly. Oh yeah, I'm in Interscope. Yeah. I know I'm somewhere around in there. Mm-hmm. I just don't know. I know from what I signed, the contracts that I signed, that one had Interscope on it. Mm-hmm. And then the other one, I think the company is Donos or something like that. But that's my manager. He's a
word. That's what's up. My last question, and I was listening to the last recording with Surf. I didn't ask, and I thought I did, but I figure I ask you now. You both being twins, and I did tell him this though. I like how you guys have been able to separate yourselves to an extent, almost like say like with Eli Manning and Peyton Manning. Everybody knows his brother, but it's like Eli lives in his shadow pretty much because like Peyton is like one of the gods of football, a legend, and he has to live with that. And even though like you and Surf are doing two different things at the same time, it's like still you guys are brothers. When I think about Surf, like I don't think oh Devo like his twin. When I think Devin, I don't think Surf.
Yeah.
How did you guys how did that happen? Like
We both are individual stars,
mm-hmm.
and I think because we both dope at what we do, that itself separates us. Like he's done so much by himself.
Mm-hmm.
That's just off his strength. Like that ain't had nothing to do with me. He's simply his own star. Like I have nothing. I can sit in the house and he's still gonna make moves. You know what I'm saying? Where he shoot for this person and this celebrity and this celebrity. He's his own individual star. Me myself, I got my own thing going on with my own strength. But at the end of the day, behind the scenes, we're the ones complimenting each other and making it really happen for each other. He might call me and say, "Bro, I got this, such, boom, boom, boom," and I'll come and execute. And you'll be like, "Damn, Surf, you would never know Surf had anything to do with it." You'll be like, "Well, he got this deal, da-da-da-da, he got this opportunity." You wouldn't know Surf has something to do with it. He does.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that we do, we compliment each other. We're just not out here showcasing it like, boom. But he does some of the management with the creative directing, like the videos and stuff like that. But
mm-hmm.
we were able to separate, I think, just because we endured our own. We just do our own separate thing. But when we come together, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it is. Trust me. Whenever whenever I'm in the spot and both of y'all there, it's like, yeah.
And that's how we were able to separate it. We just, I don't know, it's just he his own star, man. It's just he make moves. He got his own clout.
Mm-hmm.
Like he got his own buzz in the city. Like it's people he know I don't even know. It's people that he know they don't even know he got a twin until he be like, "Yo, that's my twin brother." And they be like, "You bullshit." and then we got to show like ID cards. I'm like, "Yo, that's really my brother."
Yeah.
And then that's what happened with the label. Like with the label situation, they were like, "Yo, he told dude I was his twin." But the dude was like, "Yo, where you find this nigga at?" And he was like, "Yo, that's my twin." He said, "Nigga, shut up, you bullshit." And he was like, "Nah, that's my twin." He was like, "What the? This guy that's making music like this is your twin?" So you got to think like with two powers.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like, of course, people ain't gonna believe it, but that's what it is.
And I think it's always so dope when you got people that's like doing big things, and you find out at some point like, oh wait,
hey brothers,
right? Yeah, you too. It makes sense, you know what I mean? Like, and when you say what you just said, it totally adds up when you talk about you guys do your own thing, but you guys do it on such a big scale, and you guys just dominate, like, and y'all both have that tenacity. Because I tell you, when I was talking to him too, like, I can just sense that about his energy, and it's like he has that go getter mentality, like you do. I'm getting that same energy from yourself. Because honestly, really, I say like a lot of times what I see with twins is almost like it's a lot, with twins and sometimes with just siblings in general, like it's like they almost like they share the same energy for whatever reason, and like the other one does what the other one but it's like with you two, it's like you guys know how to break away from that and really become individuals.
Yeah.
So and I find that really unique. I think that's like really dope that y'all like are able to do something like that.
Yeah, it's been a lot. Like I said, and through my whole career and through everything I've been, he been there. It ain't been everything from shooting videos to pictures to everything. I run everything through him when it comes to the creative directing, when it comes to photos. Mm-hmm. I be like, "Yo, I'm going to go over here and shoot this photo with my boy over here and my boy over here." And he be like, "Yo, go ahead." Because that's just a respect that I have, you know what I'm saying? He dope, he's right. One of the photographers here, so it's like, if I'm gonna go work with somebody, I know he don't care. He don't mind, but I'd still run it by him because it's just a respect thing. And everybody else in the city respect him. And like I said, we still growing.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, when this album drop, I blow even more. I want to create a platform for other artists. While we talking, and for anybody that may come and listen to this, we good on time. Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to be able to create a platform for other artists as well. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people in the city, they go Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
They start getting these deals, start doing their own thing, and then they become mute. I want to be able to create a platform. Hopefully, if I get 3 million, I'm gonna open up a spot, studio spot where you can get quality music and it's affordable. It's not like, I can't record like that. You getting a quality sound. I see Atlanta. I'll be in Atlanta, bro, and they have a foundation there. So when you look at L.A. Reid and all these people, like they have this platform in Atlanta where they can create stars, bro. They got countless stars. They have the industry is Atlanta, bro. And that's what I want to do for the culture, bro. I also want to give my word for people that's coming up in it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm still learning some things, but there's people that have no idea what you're going to go through. And not just musically, but physically, mentally, and confidence level, and all kinds of stuff. So that's where I'm trying to be. I want people to know that I'm not Hollywood, man.
That's dope stuff, man.
No matter how, whatever I accomplish, whatever deals I got coming, I don't care about that, bro. That's a way for me to eat. That's a way for me to live. That's a way for me to never have to work a job again. And that's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's dope, man. That's real dope. That's real dope, man. You said some great things, man. My expectations were exceeded. So, I appreciate you, dropping by, taking time to speak with me. You just like I told Sir, you inspire me. I love watching, seeing what you're doing. Because it always makes me say, man, I need to keep doing my thing. So I can one day be, that guy or whatever. So, keep doing what you're doing, and I always tell people, all my music people, like Dom Kennedy, and one of the songs, Joey Supreme, his cousin who actually lives here in Charlotte, I wrote him a letter, and at the end of the letter, he said, keep supplying that dope music. So just want to tell you, keep supplying that dope music.
I definitely will, man.
Yeah. So go ahead, give them your social media, let them know what single download, where they can find you and everything.
Who is Devin is my Instagram. Who is Devin is my Twitter. So that's DEVN. It's all capital, DEVN. I don't be on Facebook too much. I get on there to get a good laugh, you know what I'm saying? Or stay in touch with the family. But yeah, Instagram, Who is Devin? Twitter, Who is Devin? I think my Snapchat, which I don't be on, is like Devo Family or something like that. I don't be on it. But yeah, what else?
And then your single.
Oh, Never Again. Never Again is my single. It's on all platforms, Spotify, Apple Music. I think those are the main ones people use. But any other ones that you use, it's on there as well. And yeah, I got an album coming out, EP, coming out in January. Called Panorama.
Word. Y'all got all of that. Make sure y'all be on the lookout for that. Thank you again. Thanks everybody for listening. Click like, follow, share, subscribe, do everything you need to do to keep to stay on top of Devin and the SANE Show. Follow us on Instagram at SANE, SANE_show. Follow us on Spotify, The SANE Show, all one word on Spotify. So yeah, until next time, episode 10, that's the SANE Show. We'll catch you next time.